Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast coming up next. Our review of Ase Wrestling's 2-year anniversary show. We're going to talk about it coming up next.
Your mindset heading into Sunday.
We didn't come here to play games. We are the champions.
Yeah.
And nobody is taking these belts from us.
You want the best? You're looking at her. This ain't just a sport, it's a lifestyle. Welcome to the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast. We are the champions of wrestling talk. Now, here's your host for Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast, the insightful Scott Barz, wrestling media in the dynamic salute, Darkwing Dub.
We back. My bad. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more content. So, 2-year anniversary show. Man, feels like it was just yesterday, man. Like, we just started hearing about the promotion. We got all, what I'm saying? We was like excited. We like, damn, this is off the hook. And years later, we here.
Yeah, man. 2-year anniversary show. First off, happy birthday, Ase Wrestling.
Happy birthday.
And I would also like to say, let me adjust my camera a little bit. You don't know how much it means to guys like me and my bro that we get to watch a show that highlights people that look like us.
Mm-hmm.
So, not only happy birthday, Ase Wrestling, but thank you, Ase Wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. I think it's important to understand, like, the dynamics of what this means to the culture. You know what I'm saying? To have something like this and to be able to showcase it on so many different facets. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many places can you go and watch an all-black show? I mean, when they started doing this, when it wasn't even popular to do this, you know what I'm saying? How many really, let's be for real here. Let's talk for real. Like, how many places did we know that actually showcased an all-black promotion? There wasn't many. And not for nothing, if there was, it didn't do nothing. It didn't, like, nobody gravitated to it. Let me just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? No one actually invested and put time into watching it. No one invested money. No one did none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we really want to be for real, there were others out there, but no one really invested into it. This is the one that people really put their stamp of approval behind and really pushed it. And then when you think about it, after that, then others follow suit. There were other promotions that followed suit. So let's be clear. This Ase's not the only all black promotion. There are others. There's, you know what I'm saying? There are others. Now, mind you, they might not follow the same formula that Ase does as far as it being all black, but there are black ran promotions. You know what I'm saying? And then there are some that follow the same formula as Ase. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So we could say that Ase has the blueprint, you know what I'm saying, for basically, creating an all-black promotion that actually works. and functions successfully. You know what I mean? So salute to Ase for putting out the blueprint. Salute to Ase for representing the culture and just, showing the folks how it's supposed to be done. Man, salute to Darius Lockhart. We still hunt you down to be on a show too. We still looking for you. We still looking for you. We got the APB out there. We got the searchlight. We looking for you, man. We need you on the show. We need you on here. So yeah, salute to Ase. But enough rambling, man. Let's break down the show, man. Let's talk. Where you want to start first?
Well, let's start from the tippy top. So the original match was Yaya versus Bojack.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we know that Khan had to step away and record for Collision for AEW.
Right.
Because we know his contract is actually with AEW, but Tony Khan doesn't mind his wrestlers to, venture to other promotions.
Mm-hmm.
So since Khan couldn't wrestle, and he was scheduled to wrestle Calvin Tankman for the Ase Pan-African Diaspora Championship, it ended up being a triple threat match between Yaya, Bojack, and Calvin Tankman. I want to start this off by saying all three of them dudes is some big men. What did Booker T like to say? No, it's Big E. What Big E likes to say, big meaty men.
Yeah.
And then Booker T, a bunch of meat slapping.
Yep.
Them some big pause. Hey,
I was about to. Hey, yo. Hey, Rayhan, man, chill out, bro. I can hear your voice somewhere within the atmosphere. Chill, bro. Chill. And Jordan Hort, I can see Jordan Hort's face now. Chill, man.
I caught myself on that one. Okay, y'all give me some credit. I caught myself,
bro. Go ahead, bro.
But as I was saying, there's some big old men that can move. Them dudes can move.
Right.
The athleticism from these three, I mean, come on. The athleticism shown just by them three alone. Bojack is the biggest. And Bojack was moving like he's a little man. Man, I was highly impressed with all three of them.
Yeah, so was I. Like I've said it before, especially about Yaya. Yaya's like a 747. He's like a 747 jumbo jet with legs that can run and jump. That's what Yaya is. I still can't get over the fact how this man is as big as he is and doing swanton bombs gracefully and landing it at his size. I feel sorry for anybody that's taking a bump from any one of these gentlemen. I feel sorry. I mean, we had Travis 3000. He said he got hit by Calvin Tankman. He said, what'd he say? He said he started questioning all his life values. He said he started questioning his life, his career choices. He started doing all that. he started questioning all his career choices. I was like, man, listen, bro. I do not want to be in your type of situation when it comes to facing any one of those gentlemen. But yeah, what you think of the match, man?
I thought the athleticism was off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the match was great back and forth from three meaty men. Yeah, I said it again. Um, I gave the match an A.
Yeah,
A flat A.
yeah, I agree with you. Like it was very hard hitting. Uh, a lot of athleticism. Like it was a lot more athleticism than what I thought. Because like I said, these guys are not no small individuals. Like these guys are big, like super heavyweights, and they're moving like cruiserweights. So when you see something like that, automatically, you're saying to yourself, like, how long are they going to be able to keep this up? They did this throughout the whole entire match, which will show you that they have some stamina because they was moving. Bojack, who is the biggest out of all the men, he and pause and look, Jordan, don't start with me, Jordan. Okay, don't pause. Okay, let us continue. He, you know, Bojack, you know, he was, like moving, and then he did the senton flip off the ring apron, and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So definitely an A+ for me. Salute to all three gentlemen for how that match went. It was crazy. Of course, we know Calvin Tankman won the match. So it looks like Bishop Khan is going to have some stiff competition coming up because he definitely going to be facing what's his face in the near future. So
I mean, don't forget Suge D now, and Isaiah Broner. They still coming for Khan. So Khan's got some competition for that belt coming up. So I hope he laces up them boots really tight when he comes back because he's gonna have Calvin Tankman, he's gonna have Suge D, and he's gonna have Isaiah Broner all waiting for him.
yeah. And like we said, these are not no guys. These are all super heavyweights. The small, the lightest of individuals, which is
Suge D.
which Suge D, yeah. And and if you see him, he's not really a light individual, but if you put him in the same row with all these other guys, he's the smallest one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo,
We'll get to Suge D in a minute, cause
yeah,
bro.
yeah, I know, yeah.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. The second match of the night was supposed to be the Audacity Treehouse Lee and Saeed Al Sabah versus Rayhan, Cream Pie Poppy himself, and Zay Vega, the Ugly Gang, versus the Top Shooters, a new tag team to Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
But Saeed went missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You remember the game Where's Waldo?
Yeah. Where's
This is a
Saeed?
game of this is a game of Where's Saeed.
Mm-hmm.
But Treehouse Lee held his own though.
Yeah, he
He really
did.
did.
Nah, yeah, he did. He was it was like And honestly, it was kind of confusing at first. It seemed like it was like a 3-on-2 match for a good portion of the whole thing because of how everything was being depicted thus far. But Treehouse did his thing. As far as the new tag team, I was kind of confused because, and I know and I understand, once we had talked about it off camera, I understand now, why everything was arranged like the way it was, But at first I was kind of confused because, with the new tag team, how do they insert themselves into the storyline? You know what I'm saying? And it kind of threw me off a bit because I'm like, where these guys come from? Like, how do they even fit into the equation? But I get it, last minute stuff had to be changed and stuff had to be switched around or whatever. But they held their own. They held their own, regardless of what, I might have thought. They held their own. But somebody got some explaining to do. Somebody got some explaining to do. Little Caprice Coleman.
Ooh.
Little Caprice Coleman. What was you doing, bro? What was you doing, bro? What was you in that ring doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of upset Rayhan.
Kinda?
Yeah,
I don't think that was a kinda.
not at all. I'm just, but yeah, Rayhan wasn't having it. He let him have it right then and there. He was like, I didn't ask you to get into the ring. What were you doing? And it kind of shows you that there's a little bit of tension, you know what I'm saying, within the rankings. And, him coming in there and causing that distraction when he didn't really have to. We the ones over here, we saying justice for Ugly Gang, because if y'all watched our last video a few months back, we were highly upset that Ugly Gang did not win those chips. We were highly upset. And you know how much we follow Ugly Gang and we put Ugly Gang over. These guys have been the most viewed faction and guys that have featured on our show. Not just that, you know what I'm saying? We really, 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 we're really big Ugly Gang fans. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, we voiced our opinions. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, we have voiced our opinion. So, they didn't win. And we gotta move over from there.
Y'all don't feel me. Poppy. She said I'll never make her come. I prove her different. That's why all around the world I got them screaming
Hey.
So
hey. Sorry. We rep the Ugly Gang, you know what I'm saying? We rep the Ugly Gang.
Yeah, we was like I said, we was kind of disappointed when they didn't win, So justice for Ugly Gang over here when it comes to us. But before we get into the next match, I do want to say congratulations to Rayhan. He is the heavyweight champion over I believe the promotion is Wrestling Evolution. He is the heavyweight champion over there. And not for nothing, we gotta have a talk. We gotta have a talk with Poppy. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna have a press conference and you inviting all these other content creators, all these other promotions, and you ain't invite us. You didn't invite us. You had this press conference and you ain't invite us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there watching. I'm hearing all these people asking questions, and where was we at? We wasn't even within the vicinity. But it's okay. It's okay. I get it. I understand. You know what I mean? I understand what Zay Vega say. The aesthetics. I get it. I understand.
I guess, bro.
Yeah.
Rayhan, you owe us one, bro.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We need to be in the next press conference. You know what I'm saying? You need to come on the show. You need to explain to us why we wasn't invited to the press conference. And you need to talk about the W you got to win the title. You know, we need to discuss that. But it's well deserved though. Congratulations to Rayhan. He's the champ. He's the champ. You know. Hopefully we could talk about him being a double champ once they win those belts. Yeah. But
So what'd you rate the match, bro?
when I rate the match, I honestly I gave it a I gave it an A. I gave it an A due to the fact that the match was fire all the way through. It left a cliffhanger in there with the whole situation with Caprice Coleman's son. There was a cliffhanger. So now we gonna see whether the Ugly Gang is either going to reprimand Coleman even further into like possibly, you know, maybe making him sit the sidelines the next time around, or are we going to see a heel turn from Coleman? Because that could happen too. He could just say, "Oh, you guys are going to embarrass me like that," and then next thing you know, he turned heel and he cost him a match again. So we just gotta wait and see about that. You know, as far as the new tag team, they, like I said, they held their own. I was kind of confused at first, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, I get it. I understand, you know, with schedule changing and stuff. So they were to me basically they seemed like they were inserted at the, like, you know what I'm saying, at the last minute because of, like, you know what I mean, cancellations or whatever as far as the event. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, with that particular match, if that had anything, but you know, I was just kind of confused. But as far as the in ring action, like I said, that was an A+ for me. You know, still justice for Ugly Gang though.
Yeah, I actually gave the show. Wow, I actually gave the match a B+. I gave it a B+ because one, I was confused by the Saeed situation, and two, I ain't gonna lie, Lil Salt was behind that grade because I thought our boys were gonna come through with the dub, and then they gave it to the new tag team. There was a hey, Mr. Lockhart, don't take it personal. There was a little salt on that grade, a little salt. But I mean, B+ ain't nothing to be mad at though, man. Like,
Yeah.
it was a good match.
If you saying it like that, then I get it. You know, I personally, you know, I try to take my mind out of the fact that, you know, that Ugly Gang didn't win, and I tried to focus on what was the surrounding factors that possibly could have caused that, and that's why I still, you know, I still gave it that strong A. When you say it like that though, yeah, you know, I was kind of
You
confused
being
too.
nice. Quit being nice.
I was kind of confused too because because I was like, man, I didn't know how the new tag team fit into the storyline. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we're gonna find out, as time goes on, where they fit at, and if they're gonna maintain that number one contendership. That's just the way I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, bro. All right. The next match. Darian Bingston versus Suge D in a grappling match. Bro. Number one, Darian Bingston got the win. But I thought they were running it back to give Suge D the win. To give Suge D the win to tie the series up 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
But Darian Bingston got the W on that one. It's a nice way to put over the young fella. But bro, we went from hold on. If y'all go to our Instagram, Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast on Instagram, find the video where we're talking about Darian Bingston talking about Suge D's shoes, and he says, "What are those?"
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, this go around, you know what? I'll let you tell it.
So, what my bro was is saying is so we put out a clip of our last review, which was the Halloween show they did, and we spoke about that particular match, and the part that we spoke about was when Bingston untied Suge D's shoes, and then Suge D took the thing off of Bingston's head and threw it into the crowd and whatnot. Basically, they was just trying to one up each other as far as, trolling one another. And we spoke about that in detail because we found it so funny. But little did we know that Bingston and Suge D was watching. Shout out to you, brothers. You know what I'm saying? We definitely would like to have you guys on the show, whether it's both of y'all to discuss y'all little beef or one at a time. But we definitely would like to have you guys on the show. But anyway, getting back to what I'm saying, so we discussed that and we went into detail on how funny it was, and they interacted with us, and they, appreciated that we enjoyed the match. But then it caused a little bit of friction within the comment section because they started going back and forth again. So, that video got out of hits. You know what I'm saying? As far as what was being depicted between the two. So yeah, shout out to those brothers, but yeah, it just seems like unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? So I as much as we would like to say that they're done here, nah, we don't think they're done by a long shot. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got the referee over there.
Bro.
Hey, yo.
How? Okay, mid-match, bro. Mid-match, bro. Darian Bingston points out that Suge D had a little ass on his elbow, and if Darian and Suge see this, please comment on this because I want to know how this all got started. Darian, how you going, bro? Y'all in the middle of the 2-year anniversary show and you just go point out the ash on homie's elbows, like, and then to make matters even worse, the referee, Miss Yolanda, pulls out the freaking lotion, bro.
The lotion, yep.
And then to add fuel to the fire, she rubs it on him. Oh my gosh. Oh, bro. In the middle of the 2-year anniversary show, Darian Bingston points out Suge D has some ashy elbows, and then Miss Yolanda pulls out the lotion.
and she was like putting extra rubbish on them elbows too, you know what I'm saying? So
bro, Suge D done been embarrassed for 2 shows in a row. The what are those talking about his shoes?
Yeah.
And now the fact that bro don't put lotion on before he wrestles, he come out there looking ashy.
Yup.
Bro,
Yup.
bro, Suge D, never leave the house without the cocoa butter, bro.
Facts.
Always gotta have the cocoa butter on standby.
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Or you get embarrassed.
Yeah. Facts. You gotta have the cocoa butter. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the jerkins. You know what I mean? Like, yo. Yo, when I seen that, I was no more, bro. I was like, because at first I was confused. I was like, yo, what are they doing? They just stopped right mid-match. She pulls out I was like, yo, is she pulling out lotion? And then she just starts like, and then he stood there. You know, anybody else would be like, yo, what are you doing? He stood there like he knew that he had some ash on them elbows. So he just had to just, hey, sometimes it be like that, Sometimes it be like that, You just gotta, just a little bit, You know what I mean? Maybe you was hitting too many bricks, when you was training, Maybe you was, doing the Wing Chun a little bit too much, when you, then, elbows got a little ashy, so you just had to, Hey, yo.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't ever leave my house ashy.
Neither do I, man. Neither do I. But, hey, maybe he just forgot. He could have just forgot. It happens.
But you embarrassed in 2-year anniversary show, bro. Like, there's thousands of people watching this. Like, bro, you gotta have the lotion. Like, you came unprepared, bro. I'm sorry, Suge. You came unprepared. Never, ever forget the cocoa butter.
Yeah. It happens. It happens. Yo, you know what would have been funny? If that had happened and then they had cocoa butter in the audience and they start tossing it in the ring. You know what I'm saying? If that had happened, bro, I'd have left.
I'd have lost it. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have lost it.
Yo, that would have been hilarious, But what about the match quality? I mean, we talked about the comedy stuff. What about the match quality? What'd you think?
I gave it A minus. I gave it A minus. Okay. I thought I thought it lived up to what the last match lived up to. From the Halloween show. The comedy was there like it was in the last show, and then there was some good grappling. I thought Suge D was gonna take it.
I
But
did too.
Darian Bingston took it from him and got the dub.
Yeah, I thought definitely that he was going to take the match and win. Um, but that didn't happen. But I understood why. You know what I mean? But what was your grade?
I gave it an A-.
Okay, yeah, I gave mine was an A- as well. Um, uh, I think you know what's probably going to happen is that it seems like they're slowly pulling him away from, what I'm saying, this, and they're going to start putting him into more serious roles as far as his character, because that's what it seems like to me. I'm not too sure if they're going to revisit this, between him and Bankston. But then again, who knows? You know what I mean? But I definitely feel like they're slowly pulling him into the upper echelon of guys on the show, where he's going to possibly challenge for the heavyweight title at some point in time. That's what it seems like to me. They're just pulling him out of that and bringing him more forward, because if you look at what's going on now, he's involving himself. Of course, he's talking about getting back the title, that he made famous. He's talking about getting that, but he's also involved himself into like the more of the main event scene now, because you've seen him get involved, which we'll talk about that towards the end. But you've seen him get involved in certain aspects throughout the night, you know. But yeah, A- for me.
Yeah, solid shows thus far. Solid show. I'm sorry, y'all. I worked today. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
The next match, Alexis Littlefoot versus Savannah Evans. All right, so we had some comedy stuff going on here where Alexis Littlefoot treated Savannah Evans like Baby D.
Mm-hmm. That joint was hilarious. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. The whole cookie thing. I was like, yo, that is disrespectful. And then she smacked the cookie away. She started chasing her around the ring. Yo, I was like, yo, yo. And when she caught her,
It's
man,
game over.
it was game over. It was
Like
game
Lil
over.
Flip.
Game over. Like, it, man, that match was something else. Did Littlefoot even have any offense in that match at all?
And it was very little. Savannah Evans, but it was disrespectful. She came off as disrespectful, number one, with the cookie. Number two, she just kept on talking about this $5,000 bet that she put down that she lost.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Alexis, no one told you to place $5,000 on anybody. And then for you to come to Savannah and demand it back, and then get
Facts.
your ass handed to you, like, I hope you done asking for that money back, because I don't think you getting it.
Hell no. Hell no. Like, Savannah was not playing no games. Was not playing no games. She was looking like the Terminator. You know what I mean? Going after her. She was looking like the Terminator. She was looking like the Terminator going after Sarah Connor. She was like,
I'm telling you.
she was going chasing her all around the ring, and when she got her grasp on her, oh man, it was a done deal. After that, it was a done deal. Yeah, I felt sorry for her. Mm-mm. What was your grade?
I gave it a B plus. I gave it a B plus. It was a solid match all around. It had some comedy in it. I gave it a B plus.
Yeah, same here. B plus. Um, I'm wondering now if this puts Savannah Evans in title contention to go after Charity King's championship. If this,
Uh, it could. It could. We'll get there. We'll get there, but I think it could.
yeah, I'm wondering, if we're going to see that in the near future because it seems to me that's where it's leading to. It seems to me that's where it's leading to. Will we? Could she be challenging for that? But I guess we'll just have to see. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. I think there could be because truth be told, I think Savannah Evans was the favorite to win the tournament,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so she strung together a couple victories now that could definitely put her in contention.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Um, I definitely think so myself. And not for nothing, that match right there would be a ring war. You know what I'm saying? We got two very, very strong female Amazonian. When I say Amazonian, I'm saying it because these women got Wonder Woman strength. If they were to face each other, we talking about Charity King who used to power lift, and I don't know the background of Savannah Evans, but let me just say she looked like she was lifting some trucks herself. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be two Amazonian goddesses going at each other in the ring. So I'm definitely glued in to see what will happen if those two ever collide at some point in time in the near future.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So after that, we have another friend of the show, frontman Jasi
Mm-hmm.
versus the boss Darius Lockhart. Go ahead, take it away.
So, as you know, these two individuals have history. They have history with one another. If you seen the last show we reviewed, Lockhart came up short and Jasi pulled out the victory, you know what I mean, with a schoolboy pin, I think it was he did against Lockhart, and he won. And when we had him on the show, he definitely was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, he beat the boss. Let's just be clear. He definitely was talking about it. And,
Bars was Bars was stirring the pot
oh, who? Ma? Me? Me?
in
I think it was that guy over there. That guy over there. You.
the insightful the insightful Bars was like, hey, he had frontman going crazy on Lockhart.
Nah, I think that was this guy right here. That wasn't. I don't know if that was me, but I'm gonna tell you this. You know what I mean? Ja was talking his ish. You know what I'm saying? To the point where once we put out the clip, it got some responses from the promotion. You know what I'm saying? I kind of think it led to where we at right now. You know what I mean? And but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Okay, so of course we know Lockhart won. We know Lockhart won. The match itself was great. The match was off the chain. You know, it had its points where we didn't know who was going to win. Um, I think Lockhart had his Hardy Boy moment when he took the steps and he ran up the steps. I swore up and down, bro. He was about to do that with the poetry in motion. I thought he was gonna do that but then he just, he just did a splash or whatever. But I thought he was gonna do a poetry. I was like, yo, is he about to do a poetry in motion off the steps? But he just did a splash or whatever, and it was a very cool match. Uh, of course, we know, Lockhart won, Ja lost. Um, question is, because when Frontman was on the show, he definitely was putting in his vote in the ballot for him being one of the guys to possibly challenge for the All Fathers title. So does this take him out of the picture now that he lost to Lockhart? Or are we gonna just say it's 1-1 right now? What do you say to that?
I say they gotta break the tie. I say they gotta break the tie because we heard Frontman say that he wants to be in line for Darius Carter.
Mm-hmm.
We also heard Darius Lockhart saying that he is coming for gold in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured if we're gonna figure out who's ahead of who, they got to break that tie.
Yeah, that's
It's
definitely
1-1.
that's definitely what I feel has to happen in order for them to move forward. The tie has to be broken. It has to be broken. So we could possibly see another match. I know for one thing, regardless of what we've seen on the show, if we know Ja is not taking this line down. He's definitely gonna find his way back in the picture in some shape or form. As we see that he didn't even want to shake his hand afterwards. You know what I'm saying? He just flipped him the bird and kept it moving.
So
So
did.
so we'll see. We'll see. I gave this match an A minus. What you give it?
I also gave it an A minus. I like how the match when it started, it spilled out into the audience. It shows like to me that showed like the rivalry is real and the rivalry is here to stay for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And they both took some bumps out there outside the ring. They got back in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
They were pulling off some big moves in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, yeah, homie got the win. Mr. Lockhart got the win. I don't think this is over, so I gave it an A minus.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's over. I think we're going to see a third match between the two, and this match is going to determine who is going to be the next contender to the All Father in the near future, if the All Father is still holding the title, because he got some issues himself. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into that. You know.
So, front man, you talked your ish on the show. Now it's time to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Time to back it up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, After that, we had an impromptu match. We had Cons. We had Cons tag team partner, now henchman.
Mm-hmm.
He coming out and was cutting a promo, and he was interrupted by none other than Isaiah Broner. Shout out to Isaiah Broner because he was our first Ase wrestler that we had on the show. So
Yeah.
shout out to Isaiah Broner.
Shout out to Isaiah Broner. The problem.
The problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that turned into an impromptu match. Moses versus Isaiah Broner.
Mm-hmm.
It started out as a as a hard hitting match, kind of like we were saying in the first match,
Mm-hmm.
Yaya Bojack and Calvin Tankman.
Mm-hmm.
But that was some hard hitting, some big meaty men. Pause. I got you, Rayhan. I got you, Jordan. Pause. Uh, but match was interrupted by the two masked men that came out with Moses. Suge D comes out to say the day, tries to get Isaiah to shake his hand for the second time in a row. Isaiah wasn't having no part of it. But it's looking like we could get a Suge D, Isaiah Broner versus a Moses and Khan match.
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
Yeah, it definitely seems like that's what it's leading to, and I feel like this is going to determine uh, who is going to be stepping up to possibly face the All Father. You know, moving forward in the near future. Because not for nothing, the All Father has a lot on his plate. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a lot of people gunning for the title, and I feel like this is just going to be a few other folks that are going to be putting their name into the hat as far as wanting to get a chance to face him for the title. You know, not for nothing, Isaiah's long overdue. You know what I mean, for an opportunity for that belt. We talked about it on the show when we had him on the show. Like he's long overdue for it. So I definitely think that's going to possibly happen. But before it gets to that point, I definitely feel like he's going to be one of the guys that's going to challenge Khan again because he did face Khan before, right? Didn't he face Khan one time already? So,
Yep, that was interrupted also.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I feel like that's going to happen. Both of them faced Khan, so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's going to happen at some point in time. You know, which is going to catapult him into that, you know, that scene for that for the biggest prize in the culture, the Ase Championship. So,
Yeah, it could definitely go there. I think in order for Suge D and Isaiah Broner to get there, I think they're going to have to get through Khan first.
mm-hmm.
I think they're
Okay.
going to have to conquer what Khan has got going on right now between Suge D, Isaiah Broner, and Calvin Tankman. One of them three is going to have to get through the Khan problem first before they can focus on the All Father, because we know the All Father now in February is going to be taking on Cedric Alexander, and then we'll see what happens after that. And probably Billy Owens again, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But I think they're going to have to solve this Khan problem before they can focus on Darius Carter.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. This Khan problem has been a thorn in their side for a little bit now. So, you know, if anybody remembers the rivalries from back in the day, you know, because when you look at the Diaspora Championship, you could look at it as the Intercontinental Championship of Ashe. You know, so if you look at the rivalries that Bret the Hitman Hart had with Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, and you know a host of other folks, this is depicting the same type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like whoever ends up with that Diaspora Championship after Khan lets it go, when he lets it go, if he lets it go, you know what I'm saying? If he loses, because we don't know how long he gonna hold that title. Let's be for real. You know, Khan is nothing to frown upon. Like the dude is legit. He's legit. And the funny thing about Khan is we haven't even seen his whole entire arsenal and display of what he really can do. We haven't seen it. Now, if anybody's been following Khan, they know what I'm talking about. I mean, this guy is no joke. Of course, we know him from AEW, but if you fans if you fans like us, you know him from Ring of Honor. And you know him being a part of Shane Taylor Promotions. And you know how he got down over there. So, you know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, he's a well-seasoned, world-renowned athlete. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we haven't seen anything yet when it comes to Khan and his defenses for that championship. I think we're just getting some sprinkles of adobo on there. We ain't seen nothing yet. I feel like if the Khan shows up, that's with his tag team partner back in AEW, with the Gates of Agony. If we see the Gates of Agony, matter of fact, if we see the Shane Taylor promotion version of Khan, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. That's just my opinion.
But we gotta get Khan to show up. Come on, Tony. Tony, he's got a diaspora championship that he needs to be defending on these shows. Come on, Tony.
Yeah,
I get it. You're the bigger promotion, but Khan has got a championship that he needs to be defending on these shows. What's up, Tony? What's up?
Yeah,
You got a line of guys waiting on you. You got a line of guys waiting on Bishop. Come on, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Let this man defend his belt.
You know what would be dope? You know what would be dope? Like if Tony Khan does, you know what I'm saying, some business ventures with Ase Wrestling, and Ase Wrestling gets a chance to show up on Dynamite, or you know what I'm saying, gets a chance to show on Dynamite or Collision. That would be fire, bro. If he does like and I'm just speaking it into existence. I'm speaking it into existence. Forbidden Door, add Ase Wrestling to the picture. Forbidden Door, add them into the picture. Do it, Tony Khan. Call Mr. Lockhart. Forbidden Door, Ase Wrestling, New Japan, all the other promotions. First time ever. Hey, man, y'all already doing business with one. Why not? Why not? You know, I'm just saying that would be fire. That would be fire.
Yeah. There was already rumors of Mercedes popping up as one to take on Charity King. So I don't know.
I think that would be groundbreaking. If they were to do something like that. I mean, you kind of already doing business with one another as it is, so why not, just strike some more of an interest, and it'll be an alley-oop for Ashe, because now you're getting that international, that world-renowned exposure. You know what I mean? We're talking about being watched on TNT. Like that would be fire. I'm just saying, speaking it into existence, Forbidden Door, who knows?
Well, what grade did you give Moses and Isaiah Broner?
I gave it a B minus. My only reason why I gave it a B minus is because, for me personally, it just seemed like there was a lot going on, and I kind of got confused. You know what I'm saying, a little bit towards the end. Like, I was just like kind of confused. I was like, what's going on? And then it just finally, dawned on me like what was being done. So that's my only reason, Other than that, it was still a great match. I just wasn't, sure if, somebody was going to turn on one another. I just didn't know. It just seemed like there was somebody was stalling, like somebody was like whether, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn on this guy or this guy's gonna turn on me. It just seemed that way. You know what I mean? I don't know if you seen it the way I seen it, but that's just the way, I was.
Yeah, I actually gave it a flat B.
Mhm.
It was all right. It was all right. It ended in DQ. Um, I think it was just honestly a filler match, considering that Khan and Tank Man got
Mhm.
taken off, and Tank Man got added to make it a 3-way match with Yaya and Bojack. So
Mhm.
it was just a filler match. So honestly, it was just slightly above average. I gave it a B.
Yeah, that's and that's probably the reason why I was confused. You know what I mean? Because it was, because it was a last minute, change within that or whatever. But that doesn't mean the match was bad. The match was really really dope. It's just that the last minute changes kind of like finagle the outcome of what we was going to see moving forward. But it happens. It happens. So that's why I'm saying, Khan, you gotta let this man, do his numbers. You gotta let him defend his title. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all could work out something for Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door. So Forbidden Door. Woo! Forbidden Door.
You got some of your Nigeria juice to throw on that?
Well, what you mean, like the juju? You gotta throw the good juju, not the bad juju. We gotta throw the
Yeah,
good one.
whatever it is that you got good that you can throw out there into the universe to make this happen.
For Forbidden Door, Forbidden Door, Tony Khan.
Hey, Tony Khan, he said that he'll send you your own fufu if you put this together.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Tony Khan's ready for fufu, man. I don't know if he's ready for that. Ready for that agusi soup, man. That agusi soup might knock Tony Khan out. You know what I'm saying? He might get the itis. He be sleeping. I know. Anytime I eat some fufu, man, I'm out for the count. That's it.
I want to experience that.
Oh, I got you. Trust me. Trust me. You know what I mean? You know what's funny? Because like, how do you even send food like that to somebody? You know what I'm saying? The fufu and the soup, because you can't have the fufu without the soup. You know what I'm saying?
I told you how on the phone, bro. You gotta freeze it and then you gotta send it in freezer bags and dry ice. Dry
Okay.
ice won't melt as quick as regular ice, so you gotta use dry ice. So, and I know that because I've ordered briskets and steaks and all kinds of stuff from like Nebraska and South Texas and stuff like that, and they always send it on dry ice.
Yo, so and we're gonna get back, but we trying to negotiate something here. So all right, so with that being said, right? So how would you even where would you get the dry ice from? It's not like I could go to
That
Wawa
I
or
don't know.
something.
That
Yeah,
would be something that we'll have to look into.
yeah, because it's not like I could just go right across the street to Wawa. If you guys don't know what Wawa is like one of the most known, what I'm saying, known stores slash restaurants in the United States. You know what I mean, or at least where I'm from. Wawa is like the 7-Eleven on steroids. That's what Wawa is, because they got a gas station and it sells food, and it sells some pretty good food too. Not for nothing, but yeah, it's like we can't go to Wawa and go do it. So yeah. So what's next?
We got the co-main event. The co-main event. Jocelyn Navarro versus Charity King for the
Mm.
Ase Women's Championship. Let's go.
Shout out to Miss Navarro. She was our first female wrestler from Ase on our show. Shout out to her. She did her thing in this match. Um, yo, these females are strong as hell, bro. They strong as hell, bro. I was like, damn, bro, these females are not holding back. You know what I mean? Talk about hard hitting. Like, I'm talking about boots to asses. Like, they was really throwing some haymakers. You know what I'm saying? Dang, this match was tough. Was tough. It just goes to show you, like, how female wrestling has evolved since the era of where, like, WWE used to do the whole bra and panties thing. That don't exist no more. That's not what we watching now in female professional wrestling. We actually watching these females go at it. They are wrestling. You know what I'm saying? They are doing technical moves. They are breaking down opponents. Like, that's what we watching now. You know what I mean? These two did not hold back at all. The whole entire match. They did not hold back. They was going at it. Of course, we know Charity, came up the victor, but it wasn't like it was one of them easy victories, because Jocelyn was not having it at all. The whole entire match was back and forth. It was so many near pinfalls that I actually thought that Jocelyn was going to be picking up the W. I was like, are they going to, like, is she going to actually win? You know what I'm saying? Because I was so confused at one point. I was like, yo, she about to do it, But, Charity was like, no. She was giving the Matumbo finger. No. And she came up victorious, But shout out to both of those women. They held it down. That was a very high impact, hard hitting match. Remind me of Japanese strong style, like from Stardom or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was hard hitting as far as what those females were doing the whole entire time. But yeah, I gave that match a solid A. You know what I'm saying? The females have been holding it down this year. Like, on every
For
single
all promotions.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yep. I was just getting ready to say that. On all promotions, the females have been holding it down. And this is why I said, like, we're not looking at the typical Attitude Era type of female wrestling matches no more. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at something that, females could actually have their own pay-per-views, their own promotion, which we do got an all-female promotion with WOW. You know what I'm saying? We do got an all-female promotion. We gotta start reviewing some of their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a lot of stuff going on Roku TV. I've been watching a little bit, and not for nothing, some of the wrestlers you see on WOW have featured in WWE, AEW, and other promotions, just under different names. That's all.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Roku TV, like, you can watch NWA. We've had KC and AJ Kazana on the show. NWA is right there, and if you guys, we'll get back to Ashe. Just give me 1 second. If you guys like old school style wrestling, not AEW style where there's more acrobatics and stuff like that involved into it, Not WWE where everything is supposed to be. Supposed to be. I get it. Story based. This is old school wrestling right here.
Mm-hmm.
NWA brings back probably the 80s, early 90s style of wrestling. And I, for one, appreciate it. It's something different. It's something that we're not getting today. You're not seeing a bunch of acrobatics like you would see in AEW, and you're not seeing overbooking like WWE does.
Mm-hmm.
To me, right now, NWA is doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for one, appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree with you 110%. Like NWA brings back the territory feel. You know what I mean? And if you look at their imagery, you know, with the camera angles and the look itself gives you that old school studio wrestling type of feel. You know what I mean? If anybody remembers how the studio wrestling used to look back in the day, you know what I mean? If you look at the old WCW tapes, what they used to do with what was the other promotion that used to be in the studio? There was a few of them. I'm trying to remember. But you understand what we're saying. You know, it gives that old school vibe, and we, like I said, we appreciate it. You know, the only thing I wish is they go back to their old theme music, which was Dugan. You know, Into the Fire. I don't know. I just like that intro. You know, I wish they go back to that. You know, but
But to get back to Ashe, Charity King is a fucking powerhouse, bro.
mm-hmm,
A fucking powerhouse. And
mm-hmm,
I'm sure there's men out there that wouldn't want a piece of that.
mm-hmm,
She'll put you down.
mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jocelyn Navarro for hanging in there and giving us a match, giving us a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to both them women for putting on a hell of a show.
Yeah,
I gave the match an A plus.
for
I
sure.
appreciated the hard hitting. Like that match showed that hard hitting in a wrestling match is not dedicated strictly for men. That two women can go in there and hit each other as hard as they can and get a all in a match just like a man can. I gave it an A fucking plus. I appreciated that.
Yeah, so do I. I gave it a A plus as well, and not for nothing. You know, if I'm not mistaken, Charity King is Nigerian. So shout out to my Nigerian sister, Niger, all the way. When I'm gonna tell you like this: Nigerian females are built different. You understand what I'm saying? That's that right there. That's that jollof. That's that jollof. That's that fufu. That's all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? I told you she be powerless. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I mean? I'm telling you right now, like I done told you already. Look, this match reminded me of a strong style type of match. We already told you they was trying to take each other's head off. You know what I mean? There were points of the match where I had to turn away. I was like, yo, it's over. Somebody called the X. Because I was like, I got scared for a moment. There was certain points in the match. I was like, yo, is she okay? Are they really hurt? Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was some vengeful, vindictive type of punches being thrown. You know what I'm saying? But both of these females were out for blood. You know, this was a hard hitting match, But like we said, you know, the females have been holding it down all year. All year, the females have been holding it down. In every single promotion that we have watched, females have been doing their numbers. You know, I hope that female wrestling continues to evolve and they continue to step away from, the typical, ritzy, comical stuff. I don't want to see that from female wrestling. I want to see them wrestle. I want to see them fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. I don't want to see that other stuff because I feel like it's disrespectful. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I know there's a time and place for that, but honestly speaking, I just want to see wrestling. I want to see matches. I want to see stories. I want to see what is going to be depicted from female wrestling. What is going to be moving forward. And hey, I'm gonna speak something else into the air. Make it happen, Mr. Lockhart. A all female event, a all female event, a all Ashe female event. Speak it into existence. Make it happen. A all female event. You know, but yeah.
Absolutely. I think, there's enough women wrestling these days where WWE can have, which we know that we've seen it. WWE can have their own women's show, which they had Evolution and Evolution 2. AEW can have their own. TNA, I know that they're connected with WWE and AAA. So we know WWE has more than enough women. And then, even if Darius Lockhart can't do it with just the Ashe women, there are plenty of other black women around this country that are wrestlers that would probably love to come to Ashe and put on a women's show. So, speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. Ashe Women's Show. Hey, Mr. Lockhart, if you make it happen, the insightful one over here send you some foo too.
Hey yo, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? My wife's a goosey soup, ain't no joke, but it might put you down though. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's not for the weak at heart, you know what I'm saying? It's listen. Every time I eat fufu, it's night. It's time for me to go to sleep. So most of the time when I have fufu, it's dinner time. You try eating fufu at lunchtime, you're going to go to sleep. You try eating fufu for breakfast, which I have seen that, and I don't recommend it, but I have seen it. Eating fufu for breakfast, I wouldn't recommend it. That's a lot of carbs. It's a lot of protein too, but the carbs is the dough. It'll put you down. So I'm just saying, but yeah. That's how we looking at that.
Yeah, and then last but not least, we have the main event of the evening.
Yeah.
The main event. And if y'all don't know who that is, that would be LeBron Cozone versus the All Father himself, Darius Mother Trucking Carter. I don't know how you felt about it, but I was quite surprised that LeBron Cozone pretty much controlled that entire match.
You know what? I'm not surprised because like I watched a lot of his matches, like because if you guys remember the last time we did a review, that was my first time actually finding out who he was. So what I did was, I went and did some research on him, and the guy is very much similar to the All Father himself. He's a technician. He's like very witty in the ring. He does everything great. You know what I'm saying? He does everything outstandingly great. So it don't surprise me that he controlled a good portion of this match. It don't surprise me at all because he is phenomenal. Like, and I'm not saying that in a stretch. Like, he's really that good. Um, I've watched a lot of his old matches so then I could be familiar with his technique. He's not only a technician, he's strong. He could high fly. He could do he's like a hybrid. He's like a hybrid, you know. If the match itself, I'm not surprised that he controlled a good portion of that match. But I feel the wittiness and the craftiness of the All Father pulled out at the end. You know what I'm saying? We gotta remember the All Father's a veteran. You know what I'm saying? He's not Mr. PWI for no reason. He is Mr. PWI for a reason. And he's shown why he is the top guy in Ashe right now. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, you don't have to control a match to win. You could just outsmart, outthink the individual to pull out a victory. And that's exactly what he did. You know, he felt like there was going to be some disadvantages with him as far as this match. So he had to give up a few things in order to gain the reward. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you see a boxing match, and I know you can attest to this. You see a boxing match, you see some fighters, they take a few more punches than what they're supposed to take, and they see the younger fighter make a slight error somewhere, and then before you know it, they pull out the upset. They see a flaw within the whole entire sequence, and then they hit with that kidney punch, and then it's lights out. So I felt like that's what happened with this match here. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to take anything away from him, I was just genuinely surprised at the match. Pretty much about 75 to 80% of the match was controlled by LeBron Cozone. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and we understand that, or at least I understand, I know you do, that LeBron Cozone is a veteran. I mean, during the match, we're talking about how a lot of wrestlers that you see on WWE and AEW television went to LeBron Cozone school.
Mm-hmm. That part.
Like, prime example of one, Javon Evans.
That
He
part.
went to LeBron Cozone school.
Mm-hmm.
So he is a veteran in this game. As a matter of fact, the guy that we talked to last night, Dynamite Damian Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron Cozone school. so it's not that it was any disrespect towards him.
Mm-hmm.
It was just with the All Father being who the All Father is. That's more along the lines as to why I was a bit surprised that 75 to 80% of the match was controlled by, LeBron Cozone. But shout out to LeBron Cozone. I mean, but let's not forget why the All Father won. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
Because another prize pupil of LeBron Cozone, I'm going to put some stank on it for him. I'm going to put some stank on it for him. Ain't that what he says? Put some stank on his name. I'm going to put some stank on it for him. The Dante Khalifa.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to put some stank on it one more time. The Dante Khalifa.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if I can't have a belt, teach you can't have a belt.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit him with that belt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the All Father won.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's either he joins the All Father and Ryan Rembrandt, shout out to Ryan Rembrandt, or the All Father's got to put him in line for a title shot.
Yeah. I mean,
What other way can you say thank you than by giving him a title shot? Now we understand that Cedric Alexander is next in line
mm-hmm.
because of what happened at the Halloween show where it was a draw between him and LeBron Cozone, but he allowed LeBron Cozone to go first.
Mm-hmm.
So we know in February, Ced is getting his championship match.
Yep.
But it looks like there could be another person involved in this. The Dante Khalifa. I don't know. I don't know.
It just goes back to what I said before that you know, we don't know what we don't know what stories being told behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the All Father had something in the mist just in case something had transpired where he couldn't prevent it. So I'm looking at it from the aspect of there's another story in between this story with him and Dante Khalifa. That's how I'm looking at it, and I think that will reveal itself eventually. You know what I'm saying? I think that will reveal itself eventually, but I feel like there was a little bit of passing some bread maybe behind the scenes. Like, yo, if you do this for me, I got you. And this is where I say the All Father's just a tad bit smarter than everybody else right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do if there's certain situations that you have no control over? You know what I'm saying? You do some like finagling behind the scenes, and yeah, you do this for me, I do this for you. So I definitely think there could be a match somewhere down the line between the two. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man. Hey man. Say his name and put some stank on it.
Mm-hmm. LeBron, well, T. Khalifa. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
See, he would have snatched that mic out of your hand and told you to put some stank on it.
Dante Khalifa.
Thank you.
Man. Yeah, you don't got
Another
no.
prize pupil of LeBron Cozone. And he just so happened to, for lack of a better word, screw LeBron Cozone out of a championship. Because, like I stated myself, he controlled 75 to 80% of that match.
Yeah.
So, is LeBron Cozone, since he was screwed out of the match, is he going to get another run at it? There's so many possibilities coming away from this right now.
Yeah, I think when it boils down to it, I think something's going to happen um, within the whole entire story. We just gotta wait and see. What probably is going to show, but I definitely feel that it could be a possibility where if uh, the All Father retains against Cedric, that we could see a possible triple threat match. That's what I'm seeing. That's gonna have, or it could be a four way where it could have All Father, LeBron Cold Zone, Cedric Alexander and Dante Khalifa. You know what I'm saying? It could be something
You in
like that.
trouble.
Why? What I say?
You didn't put no stank on it.
Okay. All right, okay. All right, uh let me say, let me get what how Mr. Kennedy used to do it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my other microphone real quick. Let me get the other microphone. Let it rise down real quick. Let me rise right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dante Khalifa. Khalifa.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh yeah. Hey, Dante, if you see this, we put that stank on that name, bro. We put the stank on it.
Yeah, but what was your match grade?
A plus.
Yeah, A+ for me too.
A
This
plus. For everything I just said, including Dante Khalifa getting involved. Including. I gave it an A plus.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like we said, this whole card in general, you know what I'm saying, overall is an A for me. They outdone themselves, once again. And if you notice the quality gets better and better and better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? With every event that they throw, it gets better. And we just want this promotion to eventually get a TV deal. We want to see this promotion on TV. You know what I'm saying? So then everybody else in the world that don't know about Ase could witness what we're witnessing. You know what I'm saying? We just want like I said, Tony Khan, Forbidden Door, Ase Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? That would be fire and groundbreaking, by the way. Yeah.
Absolutely. I also gave the show as a whole a straight A. Just because I felt like Moses and Isaiah Broner kind of brought it down a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. And I'm still confused by the Saeed Al Sabah thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I gave it a straight A.
Yeah. I agree with you 110%. Like I said, there was some points, but I definitely think the confusion is because, you know what I'm saying, because of scheduling. I think if we take out the scheduling part and everything had lined up like it was supposed to, I think it would have been flawless the whole way around. But it happens. It happens when you're doing work with these big name acts, and things happen, and you gotta adjust to what's going on. But that don't mean that you should not support the promotion. You gotta support the promotion. You know what I'm saying? It's no excuse. It's no excuse. You gotta support the promotion. You gotta go out there. You gotta buy your tickets. You gotta go see them live. Like, look, we gotta plan a road trip, bro, and go out to Ashe and watch them at a live event. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a lot easier for you than me.
You're not closer to North
I'm not.
Carolina?
You don't know where Oklahoma is?
I know where it is. I just thought you would be a little bit closer than me.
I am central United States.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're
I
right.
am just north of Texas. So if you know where Texas is, I'm just north. It's Oklahoma, then Texas, then the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay. Yeah. So I would be closer. What would that be like a whole day drive for
For
me?
me, if I decided to drive from Oklahoma to North Carolina, yes, that'd be probably a good 24-hour drive. Because I
So
know it's 18 hours from here to California,
mhm.
a drive. So it would probably be just the same amount, if not longer. As a matter of fact, I got Google Maps right here.
Mhm.
And so let's do Charlotte, North Carolina from Oklahoma City. Directions. Uh, it's saying it's a 9 hour and 51 minute drive
Oh
from
yeah.
here to Charlotte. So about it took us about 8 hours, 8 almost 9 hours to drive from Oklahoma City to New Orleans. So
Mm.
1 extra hour would get me to Charlotte.
Wow, that's interesting. What
That's
about
according to that's according to Google Maps.
wow? What about from what about from let me just put
I take that back. I lied. I completely lied. I apologize. I don't know
mm.
what happened, but I just updated the app. It's actually a 16-hour drive.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that sounds
I
better.
updated the app and came back into it. It says 16-hour drive. So I apologize. Yeah, 16-hour drive from Oklahoma City to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. All right. What about from my area? What if you put in
So
from Atlantic City, New Jersey to North Carolina.
Atlantic City to North Carolina.
Hmm.
It says it's an 8-hour drive.
Okay, so that sounds
9 hour and 13-minute drive, depending on if you want to take a toll. If you don't want to take toll, it's a 10-hour and 27-minute drive.
mm, okay. So this is
Ooh,
so so this is one
that
of
looks like we go
mhm.
over one of them bridges.
Yeah, I mean I've drove those type of distances before, and you know what I mean. I've had to go over one bridge that was pretty long.
Over
So
water?
yeah, in fact,
Yeah.
the bridge going to Washington D.C. is like a few miles. Like you got that bridge is long. Like you gotta. I've drove into Washington D.C. and when you get to that bridge, you know what I mean, you're talking about at least a few miles before you get
Yeah, it's
over there.
saying that you would have to cross the Chesapeake Bay Bridge from where is this at? Is this Delaware from Maryland to Virginia.
Okay. Hmm.
You have to from Maryland to Virginia. As a matter of fact, it's from Maryland to Annapolis. So the naval base, you would have to cross the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. As a matter of fact, I can say that as a little guy, um, me, my mother, and my stepdad, we actually made the drive from Oklahoma to Norfolk, Virginia, because he had family that lived in Virginia. And
Hmm.
then we did another drive from Norfolk, Virginia to New York City. And I remember going over that bridge.
That's why I said, like, I know that's why I'm trying to tell you, I know there's a bridge because I remember when I had to go over that bridge a few times when I was picking up my in-laws from the airport in Dallas. Dallas, I think is yeah, Dallas. Yeah, Dallas. It's like in between Maryland and Washington D.C.
Mhm.
And I had to go pick them up at the Dallas airport. So I remember touching a bridge. I don't know if it's the same bridge, but I remember touching a long bridge
If
that
you went from Maryland across a body of water into Annapolis, into Virginia, it was probably the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. So then it probably was the same bridge. Yeah. But yeah,
Your boy don't do bridges, okay? Let me tell you something before we hop off here. So that drive that we took from Oklahoma City to New Orleans. Okay, so it's nothing but land, right? You go from Oklahoma City down to Dallas, Texas. You take Dallas, Texas. There's several different ways you can go, but the way that we went from Dallas, Texas over to Shreveport, Louisiana, which that's where my father's family is from. And then we took Shreveport down to Baton Rouge, the capital of Louisiana. We took Baton Rouge to New Orleans. But there is like I believe they say it's how long is that bridge? I don't know how long it is, but it's the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. Bro, I had to pull over and let my wife drive me across this bridge. I don't do bridges. I don't do bridges. And this is one of these bridges, like, thank goodness that it was during the day, because I feel like if you would drive that bridge at night, you would lose your mind.
mm, mm. Yeah, I know.
I lost it. I had to let her drive across this bridge.
Man,
Yeah.
that's wild. I never really I mean, I not for nothing. I don't do heights, like that. But when I never really just, I don't like heights, but I never really think about it neither when I'm in the situation at the time when driving. You know what I mean? So, I mean, when I drove across that bridge, I know my wife, she didn't like it. She was like clenching onto my arm when we was driving, and the kids, they enjoyed it. They were looking out the window. They was like, "Yay, we!" They're looking out the window. I just, I ain't really paid no mind like that. But but not for nothing, it's a pretty high bridge. So, you know, as long as traffic is not crazy, you should get over the bridge pretty smoothly. But when it's traffic, trust and believe you ain't gonna like it. And don't nobody want to be stuck on that bridge that long. Trust and believe. That's why it's best if you making road trips like that, leave early. Leave early in the morning. When we left for that for the left, we left about, let me say we left about like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? There was nobody out there like that. By the time we got to that bridge, there was nobody out there like that. And we left during the winter time too. It was cold. So definitely wasn't nobody out there like that. So I would suggest anybody that making those type of trips, yeah, leave early. Leave early.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. We left Oklahoma City probably about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because our main concern was because for everybody, for people that know, Dallas traffic is nothing to mess with. Dallas, Texas, and Houston, Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to mess with. But so we left as early as we could because it took about 2.5, 3 hours to get from Oklahoma City to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to avoid Dallas, Texas traffic because it is straight nasty. It is ugly. It is some bad traffic. Like, I've heard people compare Dallas traffic to the traffic that you see in Los Angeles. That's how bad it is.
Wow.
So we wanted to leave as early as we could to get through Dallas. And after that, it was smooth sailing until we got to that fucking bridge. And I wasn't doing that. I said, hey, number one, my black ass can't swim. Number two, I don't like heights. And number three, I don't like how I can feel like I can look over and I can see, it feels like the water's right on top of you on this bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you drive. I'm gonna put my AirPods in, and I'm gonna watch some wrestling.
so, so,
Ask
so,
her.
so.
Ask her. That's exactly what I did. I put my AirPods in. I pulled up. Was it still the WWE Network in 2020, 2021?
Mm.
I don't know if it was or not. But whatever network that WWE was on, I pulled that up on my phone and I watched Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor again. What was that, SummerSlam? When he debuted as The Fiend? I watched that match. I watched the rest of SummerSlam after that until we got over that bridge. Then when we got over that bridge, then I already had my phone out, so I was able to take pictures of the Caesar Superdome where the Saints play, the Smoothie King Center where the New Orleans Pelicans play, and we saw some because down in New Orleans, all their graves are above ground, not below ground. So I'm taking picture of all the above ground graves and all kinds of stuff once I got over that bridge. But while we was crossing that bridge, I was focused on wrestling.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. You know what I mean? When you say it like that, like it's like
It literally, if you just get on TikTok whenever tomorrow morning or whatever, and just look up Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. People have videos on there of what it's like crossing that bridge. And you'll understand why I lost my mind and why, if it was dark, I think anybody could lose their mind if they're crossing that bridge dark. But it was daytime. So, anyways.
Well, not for nothing, if it ever comes down to it that we have to travel down there, I would just say we just get on a plane,
Fly.
fly, you know what I mean?
Fly.
And then we just get a rental vehicle and just rent a car to go to the event. I'd rather just do it like that. I don't. Not saying a road trip wouldn't be fun. You know what I'm saying? But look, I don't enjoy those type of rides like that unless the only time it could be like really fun is if you got a bunch of people riding with you and it could keep you occupied, to the point where you're not thinking about the long trip ahead. You know what I'm saying? Then it could be interesting, and especially when you can have alternate drivers, like a bunch of people can switch with you back and forth. But in my case, I'm always the main driver. So my wife could drive, but when it comes to these type of trips, like I'm always the one that's ends up having to drive. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I could navigate through certain situations as far as roads and whatnot. Even though like certain times, like I really do need the GPS, but I'm talking about as far as experience in driving. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel it.
yeah,
And I'm the same way. I'm typically the main driver until that situation.
nah, I got you. I get it. I understand totally. But yeah, that was our review of Ase's 2-year anniversary show. Phenomenal show, phenomenal event. Can't wait till the next one. They got another event coming up soon, don't they? Don't they got something coming up in
February?
In February, okay. So we gonna be locked in for that. Stay tuned. Shout out to Ase. Mr. Lockhart, what's up? We need you on the show. We need you on here. Let's talk.
Hey, also, since we did do right by you by putting a little stank on it, the Dante Khalifa, come on up here. Let's talk.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about some of these things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Holla at the tag team. You look, you see our anime versions of ourselves. We the champs. We the champs. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just talking it, we actually living it. You know what I'm saying? Like we the champs. We hold the belts over here. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, we got a lot of stuff going on that's coming soon. As you can see, we've been working on some stuff with the AI as far as putting something together. We're not gonna make an official announcement, but let's just say in 2026 we're gonna have something big coming up, but until then we just gonna sprinkle this adobo with what we got going on with this AI right now. But let's just say
He
2000.
has the adobo. I use hot sauce.
Yeah, let's just say some hot sauce, some adobo. We
'Cause I'm
put.
Southern. He up there, and plus his family lineage is from Nigeria, so he got the adobo. I'm the Southern King. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I want that to change. I want that to say the Southern King Darkwing Dub.
Okay, all right, I could do that.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure that these people can listen to the way I talk and tell I'm from the South. My wife tells me how country I am every day. So I want that to say, I mean, I know this is your domain, but what you think? The Southern King Darkwing Dub.
Oh, hey, like I told you before, get in tune with it.
I
You
got
know
the
what I'm
hat.
saying?
I already got the voice.
Get in tune with it. Like you Southern King, that's what you want. Then we retiring the dynamic. We're retiring it. Southern King has emerged. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So the next time you see the dynamic one, he will officially be the Southern King. So remember that. Remember that. Anyway, it's your boys, tag team champs of the world, Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast. That was our review. We hope you all enjoyed it. Ase Wrestling, shout out to Ase. Phenomenal event as usual. We'll see you next time. Deuces.
Yo, Robert Mason here, and the fire in this arena is unreal.
And I'm Molly Finwick. We are the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle commentary team bringing nonstop action. And that wraps up another explosive edition of the podcast. Join us next week as the road to the championship continues.
This is the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast, your home for real pro wrestling talk.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, we the champs. Thanks for listening. We gone.